Okay. Oh, yes, I'll do that. So, I've been here before. Those who have heard me, what can you remember? You know, I'm a teacher. Apart from being a pastor, I'm also a teacher. And I don't like teaching people if they don't remember. Because I'm giving you a cut now. What did I say last time I was here? That has helped you and that you are practicing. You know, they say knowledge is power. But it is not power until you put it into practice. That's why we have so much church, so much education, over 70 universities, but nothing much is happening. Why? Because we don't practice what we hear. Now, my sister tells me she was here. So what did I, well, this is one thing you can remember. Yes, I'm happy. I have a good student here. Okay. Do you practice that, my sister? Sometimes. Okay? So one question I usually ask is, what are you looking for in life? I like the name of this group, Golden Age, but I don't like the topic, Old Age Challenges. I don't like the topic. Because the minute you mention the word old, what comes to your mind? Because of the stereotype that is associated with that name. Yeah? So you should change the way you talk about aging grace-free, rather than saying I'm growing old. So I didn't like the topic very much, so I'll not refer to it, but we'll get to where we are going. Okay? So, in one word, what are you looking for in life? Not a sentence. And Pastor Ken should not answer because he has heard me also many times. In one word, not a sentence, what are you looking for in life? You know, I don't see any old people here. I can see some of us are living to be 100, 120. Yes, my sister, I know I'm speaking to somebody. I hear people saying the age is 70 years. That's what God gave us. But then you have to choose. Will you go with the 70 or will you go with Isaiah 55, 65, 20? Isaiah 65, 20 says, 100 years is so young. If you die at 100, you'll be accursed. Have you seen that in Isaiah? Yeah. 65 verse 20. Yes. But I hear people quoting 70. Because your attitude is key. By the way, they say attitude is everything. Yeah? So in one word, I'm waiting for you to answer my question. I've not forgotten my question. In one word, what is it that you are looking for in life? Not a sentence. Yes? Yes? Fulfillment, good? I think, Pastor, instead of teaching about wellness, is what people are looking for in life, a purpose. Because as you age grace-free, you'll be enthusiastic about your purpose, about what you want, about what you desire. Fulfillment. Thank you, my sister. Somebody else? In one word, what are you looking for in life? Peace of mind. That's the two ones. Three. Peace. Good. Health. Excellent. Happiness. I'll go with what she's saying. I do this quite a number of times, and one word I hear so often. I want to be happy. How many people want to be happy? You know, the result of the things we do. The reason why we went to school when we were young. Because our parents told us, if you don't get educated, you'll not be happy. Why don't we get married? Because you don't get married, you'll not be happy. I remember my father telling me, my daughter, if you don't get educated, you'll not be happy. Then I got educated and I got a job. Then I was walking around without a husband. I was told, if you don't get married, you'll never be happy. I got married. And we didn't have a car, So we were walking. They told us, you people, if you don't drive a car, you'll never be happy. So what is man looking for? The minute you think that you have arrived, somebody else sets the target. You think you are there, somebody else tells you, your car is so small, you need a bigger car. So what is it that we are looking? Even as we age grace-free, we are all looking for happiness. That young child, that middle-aged person, as you age, you are looking for happiness. And we still go back to the old time religion for happiness. And for me, my source of happiness is what Jesus tells his disciples in Mark 12 verses 30. Mark 12 verses 30, where Jesus tells his disciples, you shall love me. You know, I've been researching on the word love. And I've come to discover love is the greatest force. Love is the greatest force. Love is the greatest power in the world. Yet we don't talk more about love than we talk about degrees and money and many other things that we talk about. You have to learn to love God. And by the way, now we have so much time to even be there to listen to God. Maybe when we are younger, we are learning all around with our children, you know. We are trying to succeed in our careers. And maybe our relationship with God was somehow put on the side or not fulfilling as we would have liked. For me, it is this moment of our lives, in our 50s and in our 60s, that we should be in a better position to discover God, to know God more closely, to walk with God. Because, like I said, if your mind is set on where God is taking you, if your mind is set, you know, you are not limited by what people think about you, you know, because we listen so much to stereotypes that you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Have you heard of that? What do they refer to? That when people are old, you cannot teach them new tricks. But that's a stereotype. That's a lie. It is this season of our lives that we learn to trust God more and believe that the rest of my life is the best of my life. By the way, Pastor, one of the books you should put in the library is a bestseller now, which says the rest of my life is the best of my life. I went to Case Week. There are no copies. And I realized I didn't know Kenyans read. And why are they reading? Because now we have a big population that is getting to their 50s and 60s. And they want to go beyond, you know. Remember, God gave Abraham, Isaac, his vision, how he was going to succeed him as a father of many nations, when he was 100. Which means age is just a number. Age is just a number, you know. Look at the president of America. What age did he become president? What age? The oldest president. The oldest person to be president in America. Kibaki became president when? How old was he? Our Honorable Kibaki, our former president. How old was he? I see, you don't know your history. How old was he? Yes. Okay? He was 72. Which means the things that you did not do when you are young, things that you had from God, this is the time to pursue your purpose. So when Jesus says, love me with your heart, it is time to go back to your old journals. You know, when God asks you to do something, when you are 20, when you are 40, that does not change. That doesn't change. Okay? You disobeyed and went with Ishmael. You know? You use different strategies to do what God has asked you to do, but you did not follow God's strategy. So loving God with your heart is listening to God. If you forget everything else I'm saying here, and this is the thing I usually keep on emphasizing in the Church of Christ, is listening. Success in your life as you look forward to the future will depend on your ability to hear God. So that people don't confuse you, We have overloaded information today, WhatsApp messages are coming to our phones every day. Videos telling us how to do this, how to do that. And for me, the secret of how to move in the next phase of your life is to hear God. And I usually like giving the story of Abraham. I repeat it many times. I hope, Pastor, you won't be tired of listening to me. God tells Abraham, go. And Abraham hears God. Now, when God gives us visions to do, he takes time sometimes. Why? Because he wants to train us, to fit us for what he wants us to do. So Sarah advises Abraham to get Ishmael. One of the things that we feel in our intimacy with God is when we hear where we are going, we fail to get the strategies also. And we learn with a dream. Before we know, the dream is not working. We are fatigued. We are tired. We have borrowed money from the bank. We have missed the path we are supposed to go. You have taken the long, When we were coming this morning, we decided to take a shortcut with my sister Stella. Yeah? And because she knew the shortcut to here better than me, I was following her. Okay? So every time she went faster, I called her. Am I on the wrong path? She told me, yeah, we can see you. You see the way a child owns the mother. That's the way you should own to God in the next phase of your life. You and God should be very, very tight. When our children are young, like when we are walking in the city with my son when he was small, and I'm holding my daughter because they were 1 year difference, I would tell my son, please hold my skirt. If I hear he's not holding my skirt, then I know he has returned, yes. And I may not fight him. Okay? So that's how you should hold on to God like this. That God, my children have left. I'm in another phase of my life. What is it that you want me to do? And how do you want me to do it? Because it's one thing to know what to do, it's another thing to know how to do it. So listening to God becomes key, and you'll not move until you are sure that you have heard God. And so Abraham heard he is going to be the father of many nations. And so years are passing. He was 75. Maybe became 80. And he said, oh, let me have. And of course, ladies are very good at helping their husbands. And I know Sarah was not from this generation. So Sarah tells Abraham, sleep with our maid. And Ishmael is born. God makes sure it is not Ishmael. So that Abraham has learned that what is key in his life is intimacy with God, not being a father of many nations. What is key in your life as you face the next phase of your life is not to do what you should have done when you are younger. It is not to fulfill those goals that you have written in your journal. It is to be intimate with God. God created man for intimacy, for communion in the Garden of Eden. That's why he comes in the cool of the evening and is asking Adam, where are you? Because they are in that relationship where they used to talk together, converse together. And Adam has sinned, is nowhere to be found. So God wants you to be intimate, to be always communing with him. And in fact, that intimacy should be more real now. I'm so happy my children are gone because I would see so many times telling my children this, I'm shouting, they're doing the wrong thing, and sometimes I don't want to be always arguing with them. Now I can be more holier because I'm not talking a lot. Talking a lot also makes you sin. By the way, that's why we are given 2 years and one mouth, so we talk less. But as ladies, we are a bit of talking more. Okay? So I'm not alone in this, what I'm saying. So it is the time now to hear God more. So Abraham has learned, I better wait for God in the way that he wants me to fulfill his vision. So he waits until Isaac is born. Imagine waiting for 25 years. Then when Isaac is born, God says, go and sacrifice your only. The Bible says only. But Ishmael was God's son. Why did God say only? Why did God say, go and sacrifice your only? Ishmael was Abraham's son. Why didn't God recognize him? The other day I was thinking, maybe that's why we have problems in the Middle East. Because Ishmael never listened to God. So anyway, that's not the topic for today. So, Abraham has learned that intimacy with God is more important than Isaac. So he is going to kill Isaac. He is going to sacrifice his only son. He has no illusions about it. This is why in your 50s and 60s, when God gives you what to do, if you have heard from God, we consult and we make mistakes. I teach master students, and they tell me, no, Malim, I'm not sure whether I should do quality communication. I don't know if I should do print media. I don't know. I was talking to my sister, and she was saying, I was sharing with my mom, and I was asking them, does your mom listen to God the way you do? Does your sister listen to God the way you do? Supposing Abraham asked Sarah if he should sacrifice Isaac. Imagine Abraham asking Sarah, should I go and sacrifice Isaac? Actually, last night I had God telling me to go and sacrifice Isaac. What do you think? What do you think? Abraham would not have gone to kill Isaac. There are some people you should not ask some of the deepest things in your heart when you have heard from God. By the way, the secret is you must have heard also, not to ask. Okay? So you must have heard. You must have heard for you not to ask. The reason we ask is because you are not sure. For me, my very intimate personal things, I don't ask anybody. When they see people moving, when they see me moving, because they find it very exciting what mom is doing, they join the train. But if I ask them first, because the time I ask my family, whom do you think I should vote for? They always tell me I'm losing my vote. And for me in my heart, God has spoken to me, we need change. Because the people I've been voting for the years are not helping us. But they tell me, no, mom, that one doesn't work. And then I ask myself, why did I ask in the first place? And when you go to vote, it is a secret ballot. The Kenyan government has given you that freedom to vote for whoever you want without consulting your wife or your sibling. But most of us don't even take that authority we have been given. That's not the point. So, Abraham does not consult. He doesn't consult his pastor or his wife because you not have gone to kill his son. It was sin, even those days, by the way. So Abraham is almost to stamp his son. God says, don't sacrifice your only. He had. Some of us killed our Isaac. God gave you a vision. It was not going the way you wanted, and you gave it up. So some of us are holding our Ishmael, others killed our Isaac. This is something, an analogy I want you to go and think about. Because next time I come, I want to hear what is your purpose. The way to keep your brain active as you look at your 60s and 70s is to keep your mind active in a purpose. Maybe God may be telling you to go back to school. 10 years ago, I taught a 65-year-old. She was a principal of a high school. Then she worked for the ministry for some time. And she told me, brother, I feel God is telling me to come to do my master's. She was a lot of fun in class. Because she was so practical, this 65-year-old says, all the students are laughing. He was saying it as it is. When the other students are trying to conceal the truth, she will tell them everything. And she did very well. She graduated with her master's after 3 years. Of course, she took 1 year longer, but she graduated. Because she told me, Malim, I'm not in a hurry. So she was 65. She graduated with a master's at 68. So it means the things that God had told you to do, and you are not able to do because you have a commitment of a family, it is time to do those things now. To keep your mind active, to keep your mind young. So whatever is in your heart grows to go to your mind to become your vision. So have a vision. Whatever the mind can conceive, the mind can can achieve. So, age is not a limit to what God has asked you to do. If you are listening, age is not a limit. It is a limit if you make it a limit. You know, you are as young as you feel and as you think. Thank you very much. That's how young you are. You know, there are some people you don't tell their age. They have some wrinkles and all that, but because of the way they act, the way they are happy. You know, you told me you want to be happy. Happiness is not something that you aim for. Happiness is something that you are. Every day you wake up happy. You know, because God has put you on the list of those people who wake up. You know, God has a list. And all of you are in that list because we are here. So when you wake up, you tell God, thank you. I'm on your list of those people who wake up today. Give me the strategy for your vision today. And you sit quietly to listen. You know? You sit quietly to listen because most of us rush to do. By the middle of the day, we are so tired because we are using our back to do what God has asked us to do. Okay? So listening is very, very important for every activity that you want to do to fulfill your purpose. You know? So as you fulfill your vision, read more books, look for mentors in your area of purpose. You know? This is the time now you should be building a library about the area that God has called you to serve him. Maybe God has called you to be an entrepreneur. He wants you to create 100 jobs because of the unemployment rate in Kenya. You know, the reason why we have all these issues in our society, you know, poverty, unemployment, disease, is because somebody has been told and given that assignment and they think it's too much. The reason why we have banned politics and banned leaders is because people have been called to be governors and senators and MCAs are scared. They have not taken the courage like Abraham to go. And I can see in front of me here senators, MCAs, I can see governors here. Nobody is saying amen, Pastor. You know the way I feel you are feeling, you know I can feel your energy. Or is it because it's cold? I can feel your energy. And I can feel your energy is not very enthusiastic. By the way, your energy is what propels you forward. So, if your energy is not alive, people around you will not feel alive when they are around you. You know, first and foremost, before you fulfill your purpose, you must be loving the immediate neighbor around you all the time. You know? So that as a child of God, you are making disciples all the time. Whether you're in the matatu, whether you are waiting in a clinic, you know, wherever you are in the bank, you are making disciples. Because anytime I'm lining up in the bank, I have to say hi to the person next to me. I know COVID has limited us, because once we start talking to people, they look at if you are wearing the mask properly. But I make it a habit, you know, that any person around me must receive my energy, the Holy Spirit in me. So if you live with energy, with the power, then you are always influencing people around you. Are we together? Yes. Number 3 is relationships. Jesus told his disciples, you love me with your soul, intimacy with God, and then with other people. Now, when our children leave, you know, when we leave work also, some of us are retired. We have left our place of work. We find ourselves alone. But that should not be so. You should not be lonely. We are social beings. We need people around us, you know. But for you to be a friend, you must show yourself friendly. You know, you must go out of your way to make friends. You must go out of your way to engage people. You must go out of your way to be more proactive in your family, with your siblings, with your own friends. You know, most of the time when we are working, we are always connecting with the people at the place of work. You know, any networks we have are the people at the place where we used to work. For me, I work at the university. You know, by the way, I'm 60. January, I turned 60. Okay? Then I realized, yes. And I'm very happy because I'm living to be 130. So I'm just half of my age. Research is telling us now 80 is the new 40. And 80 is the new 60. 60 is the new 40. By the way, I don't feel 60. I feel like I'm 29. I feel like 29. By the way, anytime I have to write my age somewhere, I have to calculate. I've done a lot over the years, And I ask God, how come I don't remember my age until I calculate? So I have to write 1961 minus 2020. So I write it in the form, whenever I'm asked to fill my age in the form. Okay? So your age is just a number. And it should never bother you. That small child, do that child worry about growing big? It's not the shoes growing bigger, parents buy more, the shirts are growing bigger. The body is growing bigger, parents buy bigger shirts. So you should also not worry about aging. You should not worry. What you need to is what now we are doing. Prepare for your sunset years. Prepare to be your best. Because Job 7:8 is saying, though your beginnings were humble, your later years will be prosperous. I keep on saying what I said earlier. The rest of your life should be the best of your life. Because your latter years were humble. Your former years were humble. Your latter years will be great. Thank you. Somebody has said amen. So we should look forward to a greater life, to more influence, by having the right people around us. By the way, you are an average of the people who hang around you. If you're hanging around with the 5 people around you who thinking they are growing old, you go for tea, they're just saying how the daughters don't call, my son doesn't visit, that energy is going to put you down. Okay? If I were you, I would look for people who are moving forward, who are starting new businesses. They feel the business I worked was not what God wanted me to do. Now I am moving. So you look for people who have energy, who are talking positive things. And I'll give you an example of this lady. She was an accountant for many years. She was promoted to be financial director. She made a lot of money because she had a company car and she lived in Lavington. But one day she shared with me, being an accountant is not my calling. My calling is to be a counselor. So as she was looking forward to retirement, she took courses in Desta to be a counselor. First degree and second degree. When we were under post-election violence, our organization called her to mentor a lot of people. And her income just tripled. Then the people were asking her, what are you doing as an accountant? Some of us must make that shift. And you look for those people to make that shift with you. You don't hang around with people who wake up. They just want to go and pray in the hospital. For them, they have worked so hard that day. Then the rest of the time, they are watching TV. By the way, your mind is dying. You are either growing, there is nowhere where you are static. In life, you cannot be static. There are always ladders that you must be climbing. Yeah? Either you are going down the ladder or you are going up the ladder. In your mind, in your thinking. So the more you have challenging things to do, the more your mind grows. The brain is also like a muscle. Because the next thing I'm going to tell you is that you must exercise. The more you walk, and you exercise, the more you develop your muscles and your bones become stronger. The same thing with your mind. If you do more challenging things, then you exercise your thinking, you exercise your brain, and it gets stronger and stronger. So if you don't do anything challenging with your mind, with your thinking, if you want to do just the simple things, then that your mind will go down and down. So you must always be growing. Aging gracefully, not growing old. I know people who are in their 70s and they look like in their 40s because their mind is so young. So have relationships that add value. to where you are and where you want to go. The same time you tell your children, have the right relationships. Even for us where we are in our 60s, we must have the right relationships. Okay? Number 4, Jesus tells his disciples, love me with your healthy lifestyle. Your health is your first wealth. Your health is your first wealth. You must be repeating that every day. So that when I say you exercise, you actually do it. Okay? When I say you must eat MBCD, and I will not go into the details of that because Stella will want that. You know? Even if something doesn't taste good, you don't like garlic and all these other things, then because your health is your first wealth. And your body is what to carry you to your vision. Remember, you have a vision like Abraham. And maybe God has not given you your Isaac yet. You are waiting for your Isaac. But you are waiting with enthusiastic and energy. Okay? So not all of us get our Isaac at a young age. Some of us are like Abraham. We get our Isaac when we are 100. And since this is the beauty of God, that God's promises will always come to pass, no matter your age. You know, when I look at my dreams which are not fulfilled, you know, like I tell my children, I want to start a wellness university. My children will tell, Mom, now, what are you saying now, Mom? Yeah, I'm going to start a university. They think I'm just dreaming. I'm not dreaming. If I'm dreaming, then Abraham was dreaming that he was going to have Isaac. So you must have dreams that people hear you and think you're joking. Because if people don't think you're joking, it means your dreams are so small. And when your dreams are so small, you don't even going to accomplish them. But when you have big dreams, you actually need God. When I look at the things I've told God I want to do, a wellness university, where we can be teaching people things to do with health without making it, by the way, in church, like what your pastor has done now. You know, you people have to come in the morning, you know, why is everybody else? So I want a university where everybody will want to come. Like the people go to Daystar and Arab University. Everyone wants a degree. So the wellness university, everybody will want that. Where people can be taught parenting. One of the challenges I've seen is people asking me, you know, my children have not turned well. Where did I go wrong? Yet you have never had a school of parenting. And God has been telling me, formalize that. You know? Instead of looking for time to teach parenting, there should be a university where people come from out there, they go to churches all over Kenya, all over Africa. So are you going to be part of my university? Yes. Thank you. So maybe that will happen in the next 10 years, the next 20 years. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Even if it happens when I'm 100, it's okay. Because I'm going to be 130. Have you set your age limit? By the way, you should. So that you tell God, this is what I've been doing in my 70s, in my 80s, in my 90s. By the way, then you always want to wake up every morning because of the excitement that you have. So please take care of your health. I'm not going into the details of that because Sarah will handle that. And have a positive attitude. Attitude is everything. Decide you are going to be happy. There are no keys to happiness. There is an open door every day. The minute you are a child of God, where Philippians 4:4, Paul is talking about the joy over 16 times in a small book of Philippians, and he is in prison. Which means joy and a peace, because somebody is saying they want peace, they want happiness, joy, whatever all that we call happiness, should be part of your everyday life. In fact, now that you don't have many responsibilities, you should be laughing every day. You know? When I'm laughing in my bathroom, my daughter is always asking me, Mom, are you okay? I am okay because I have to make myself happy. Because when you are happy, when you are laughing often, you make your body alkaline. You know? When you know the season of Corona, they are telling us to take lemon, and they are telling us the kinds of foods that will make our body alkaline instead of acidity, so we don't get the Corona. Number one, to make your body alkaline is happiness, is laughter. And Proverbs tells us, laughter is the best medicine. And it's the number one medicine. So if you can be laughing every day, corona will not come near you. And of course, the natural thing is the sun. The sun is number one also. Number two, for me, joy is number one. Number two is the sun. How much does the sun cost? 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. So some of us, because we think we are retired, we sleep more. By the time we get out, the sun is so hot, you don't want to be in the sun. But the morning sun is the best. The evening sun is the best. And now medical science is telling us the sun is the best immunity builder against this corona. Another point is sleep. You know, how much does sleep cost? In fact, they're telling us of 8 hours. Now that I am teaching online, I sleep 10 hours. Because the more you sleep there, your cells are renewed when you are asleep. But I see my friends who are in their 60s sending me messages at 12 at night. And I'm asking, these people are not sleeping? So the following morning, I asked my friend, I saw you sent your message last night at 12. When did you sleep? You know, there are things that happen in your body, renewing of your cells before midnight and after midnight. By the way, they say by 9, you should be asleep. That's why God created the night. By the way, they are saying also lack of sleep. And maybe my sister Jackie can confirm this. I'm told for men, if you don't have enough sleep, your penis grows smaller and smaller and smaller because of lack of sleep. That's how sleep is important. You know? But some of us watch TV, watch movies like we were young. You must recognize where you are and decide, I'm going to have enough sleep, I'm going to have enough sun, I am going to laugh, even if I have to put videos to make me laugh for 1 hour, you know. Then when my body is alkaline, I can go out. Okay? And then Stella will take us from there about what do we need to eat. It is real that somehow our body will wear down because of our age. It is true. You know, our hair will become lighter. Like my hair used to be here. Now my daughter was asking me, Mom, what's happening to your hair? It's coming shorter and shorter. Okay? Of course, I don't want to tell her I'm aging. So Stella is going to tell us, what do I eat? Okay? When do I eat what? In this season of corona, how do I keep my immunity? What vegetables or fruits? So she is the expert on that. I consult her a lot. That's why we decided to partner in ministry. There's something that is growing here on my face. You can't see it. So I asked her the other day, Stella, what is this? She told me, just take a lot of juice. Now I've rushed to Nairobi and I'm given surgery. And then I have more other complications. You know? By the way, God meant food to be your medicine and medicine to be your food. You should not be going to the hospital. But before we even listen to what the nutritionists are telling us, the first thing is to see a doctor if it doesn't work. After you have taken all those antibiotics and have many surgeries, then you go to see the herbalist. And sometimes you go to see the wrong person. Why don't you start with God, who says in the Garden of Eden, all that grows on the ground you can eat. So my sisters and brothers, around me, I have to leave you. I'm going to CITAM Kiambu. By the way, my father-in-law was a Methodist, but his siblings decided CITAM is the best church. So my niece is getting married in a CITAM Kiambu. So I'm going to another church like yours. So allow me to go. Okay? So Stella will give you the details, and God bless you.
Coming to talk to Jem at a very short notice. Our senior pastor was very gracious to us. We were looking for a speaker on that important topic. And he told me, do not struggle anymore. I know somebody. And within a week, she had responded and said she is coming. So God bless you so much, Dr. Kaimeni. We are most grateful. And we will practice what you have taught us. When you come next time, you can ask the questions. I was not able to answer because I was not there in the first session. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
We welcome Elder Minor just to say just a prayer that we can release our speaker with just before our colleague just picks up and takes over. Just a spot a picture, but I'll run back. I also need to know what to eat, not to eat. Let's go, please.
I was in the lecture when you were here before. I can't remember her name. Yeah, but this one I have written down. So when I hear you are coming again, I'll revise. But in the meantime, I'll practice. I didn't know you can act like you have gone to a market. That is beautiful. I'll be laughing the family. Designed for us. We want to thank you for Bertha. We want to thank you for her time. We want to thank you for her skill. And we want to thank you for her zeal, even to speak into our lives. Dear Father, may you reward her in a very special way. And dear Father, as she goes into her 60s, we are praying, oh God, that you're continually renewing her in a very special way. And reconfirming her purposes in life so that she can also be able to put it into us. Dear Father, we have learned many things from her, and we are praying that you'll help us even to use them into our future and to renew our minds, renew what we need to do to be able to live in joy into the future. So we thank you and we honor you. We want to pray that as she goes, you'll oversee her every good and that you'll bless her in a very, very special way. May you make her day successful. May you be there for her. And may you bless her and her children. And in this season, we pray that you protect her life and the life of all those she loves. We thank you and we honor you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We were just trying to be jam, to consult every minute. So, Stella, you're welcome. Talk to us.
Good morning. I thought Gong is very cold. I didn't know downtown is colder than Gong. I'm amazed. We always say Gong is very cold. I'm called Stella Njagi. I come from the slope with doctor. Let me give you my short story. I have lived in Uganda for 16 years. I bought a land there. That is where I do my farming. But now, fortunately or unfortunately, I had a seminar the last week of COVID. That was last year in March. And I happened to be locked in Kenya. Okay. I thought I was light. I happened to have attended a seminar here in Kenya. So that last week, I was locked here in Kenya. I just panicked and I asked God. Actually, I tried to look for anybody who could cross me the other side. Every day I would call people, please, can you assist me to go back home? And then after 2 weeks, I saw I can't go back. So I just decided. My son came from US, he was in US. So now, I was, and then my son asked me, but mom, Kenya is not on a civil war. What is your problem? And I just settled. So I left my family there. I left my comfort there. I had to start life again in Kenya. But now the best part, what I was doing in Uganda, I was able to bring to Kenya. And I thank God for that. Because it is not available in Kenya. The knowledge is not here because I think Kenya, we are a bit faster in other lives. And I've really changed people's lives. And I tell God every day for my lockdown. But I was separated, of course, from my husband. I don't mind because I'm working for the Lord. But I go back now after 3 months because I have to visit my husband, and he comes. And I have to go and see the farm. I have a big farm where I've invested a lot of herbs and plants which can help our health. So, that's my short story. So as we age, we need now to get out of our busy life. When you are bringing up the children, when we are confused with our careers, we need now, when we grow old, that is the time we listen to ourselves. We ask ourselves, what am I investing in? Is it the plots? Is it the lands? Is it the cars? But you feel you've lost so much when you've been investing in your family, in your babies. So you say, now I have to invest in myself. Mostly ladies, actually I always say, when a lady grows old, it's like wine. They think different. They are sharper. They reason differently. And they dress differently. They invest. What you are not wearing is what you are wearing now. You wonder, kwa nini ukuwe unaona hii? And I love an old lady. I love an aged lady. I'm also an aged lady. My firstborn is 33 years. My lastborn is 27 years. So you can calculate my age. Now, I work with a team of people. I have girls who help me. I have people in my pack house. And then I have a chain. I have people who are learned in plants who guide me because I want to do the right thing. So we are really doing the right thing. What I do mostly when I'm doing my farming or when I'm doing my talking to people, I am worshiping. I tell God, let me worship through plants. So I talk about plants. I talk about wealth. When God created Adam and Eve, and he created the earth, he said, this is good. And then he told them, I have given you authority. And for sure, we have authority on plants and animals. And that is why I normally say, we are sorry we came to be colonized and gotten from our plants, and then chemical was brought. Okay, we are not sorry, but that is what was supposed to be, because God had to bring that so that it is like when you walk and you make a mistake. But what do? You correct the mistakes. So I worship through the plant, and that is how I worship my God and I fellowship my God. So I think we can start. When you are aging, there is a lifestyle you should do. Sleep. Sleep. Let me tell you, by 6:30, I'm in bed. by 6:30. You have to do your program. I know there are people who go to the office. If you go to the office, when you're in the office, program your home. Make sure that the dinner is made early. When you reach home, there is that evening stress. It is very, very dangerous in your life. When you arrive home, make sure you are so calm. Avoid making noise. Avoid things which will distract you. But because when you sleep with anger, I am telling you, it is as equal as if you've not slept. It is like you have gone to the war. So when you wake up in the morning, you come from a war and you go with your work. It is very dangerous for our health. The first thing you need to have, get stress out of your life. But you see, sometimes you cannot get stress until you eat this, eat this, eat this. If you eat a lot of vegetables, you are out of stress. But I'm telling you, eat a lot of meat. Your brain, if you see somebody, you'll be mad always. I don't know. But if you eat vegetables, even if your husband does you something, you'll be calm. But you'll be eating meat always. That a nagging wife starts from eating meat. And I'm telling you, don't think you are rich. You are investing in your bad relationship. You shout to your children, until I stopped meat, I just calmed down. I see things differently. When I don't have money, I don't even panic. You understand? You understand? Like that time of lockdown, if I was a meat eater, let me tell you, I don't know what I would have done. I would have gone under depression, and I would have given up. But I had invested in vegetables and herbs, which gave me happiness and had renewed my brain so I could see things differently. So I think you can start bringing. So we plant everything here in our farm. I think you can bring around here. So I want to teach you. These are things you know. Now, this is called rosemary. Hakuna mtu hana rosemary kwa nyumba yake. Kuna mtu hana rosemary kwa nyumba yake. Everybody, you know, you plant them as flowers. I know it is in front of your home. Rosemary, this is a major herb. If you took rosemary every day, I am telling you, your chest will always be clear. This is an immunity booster for our chest. This is an immunity booster for our brain. It renews our cells when we think. Don't just underrate what I'm saying. This one, I gave another group of children who are mentally sick. I'm telling you, I did a porridge with it. I'm telling you, that lady was amazed. The children stopped making noise. They calmed down. So please, if you have any rosemary, make it a daily intake. Every day. Chukua, patia mzee. You know, men, they are thinking, they start forgetting very early. At 40, unaona mwanaume anauliza kiatu yangu iko wapi? If he takes rosemary every day, his mind will be sharper than anything else. They keep giving me, I think I'll be very fast. This is tangawizi. Tangawizi, it's ginger. Ginger, it makes your blood circulate better. It thins the blood. So, you know, if you don't take such things, your blood will be like, unaona sink. Si munatoanga ile kitu ya sink. Please, let us be using ginger. Now, this is Adriflex. Adriflex is a mixture of 29 herbs. It has maubele, Adriflex. This is a detoxer. It detoxes your body. It has 29 herbs. When you take Adriflex, it works from your brain, so it has rosemary. It has in your chest, it has thyme. It works in your stomach. It has, you know, maubele. I want to teach you. Unaona, maubele is motare. Unaona ile motare, okay. Aha. Please, if you have a motare in your home, be picking the leaves and be cooking tea with it. So it has all those things. It has guava leaves. Guava leaves, it cuts cholesterol. Kila mtu anaenda hospitali ambiwa, uko na high cholesterol, tafadhali tukunywe guava leaves na hiyo mutare. It lowers our cholesterol. So this reflex detoxes your body. If it detoxes your body, so now if you have the arthritis inamaliza mashida zote za mwili, you will walk like me. Now this is hibiscus. Hibiscus munaijua? Okay, spell for them. Unaweza wapatia wale. Okay, okay, sawa. Now, earth reflex, it is our major, actually, combination. It is like, I think, the way you go to the hospital and you're giving a painkiller, it's not a painkiller, but inakufanya, I don't know, have you seen Transformer? How it aligns you, everything becomes okay. It's earth reflex. Hibiscus is for blood. If you have high blood pressure, if you have your veins, your arteries, the heart, the cleansing, the blood, this one works in the blood. So if you take a lot of hibiscus, you are away from blood pressure. It is very good for blood pressure. It's an immunity booster too. This is called goticola. Goticola, it is a plant which just grows anywhere in the field. Even if I went out here, I would get it. It renews the brain. It renews the blood cells. It renews any cell in your body. So as you age, you need to waken up your cells. Now, when you take goticola, it keeps stress away because you know you are renewed. Everything. You are renewed. I wish I could go out, but you see, I know it is there. It grows everywhere. And what God has done, God brings these plants in just as our surrounding. This is called goticola. It renews our cells. That is the English name. Now, I don't use the scientific names. It has only a scientific name. Yeah. Yeah. Local name, I wouldn't know. This is Thavai. Kila mtu anajua Thavai. Thavai is very good for men and prostate cancer. Prostate, every man after 40, tafadhali, convert your tea, chai yako, weka Thavai. Kila wakati. And I'm telling you, you keep off from prostate cancer. Then you add with Prunus africana, Moringa. Munajua Moringa? You know Moringa? Wangari Maathai, before Wangari Maathai passed on, she preached about Prunus africana. It is a major, major plant. If any man took stinging nettle and Prunus africana, from here down, it will be taken care. Mambo yote itakuwa laini. You understand? Because as you age, of course, you have the sperm duct, so it cleanses the men's sperm duct. It's also very good for women and the bones after menopause. This is soursop. This is my best plant. Soursop, it's only in Mombasa, in Kenya. Soursop, it is anti-cancer. They actually say it is 1,000 times better than chemotherapy. It is a plant like matomoko, but it is not the matomoko of Kenya. It is a different matomoko. It's amazing. Let me tell you, when you take this thing with acid, ukiwa na acid, ukiwa na, yani kitu inakusumbua, anything, headache, this one takes away. There is a lady here actually in Jamhuri. She had a headache almost for 13 years. I gave her soursop and another one called blue vervain. And it just went, she couldn't believe. It just go, it's a painkiller, it's an antibiotic, it's an amazing plant. Okay, spelling.
Soursop is SOURSOP.
This is Memory Plus. Memory Plus is now a combination of all the plants which boost memory. Iko na rosemary, iko na goat collar, iko na soursop, iko na soursop, iko na blue vervain, iko na thyme, iko na oregano. All those things munaonanga kwa supermarket, they are very, very important. The oregano you don't pick. The thyme you don't pick. It's very, very important. This is yellow. This is what I took yesterday. And I woke up so well. Yellow, it stops any bleeding in you. There are men who sometimes they are urinating and they get blood. Ladies, for your uterus, this is about the periods, about the menopause, about the, you know when we grow old, our uterus, they are like this. So yellow comes and opens the ovaries, the same way it will open for the man. So urinating, secreting what you eat, it's very easy. And then it helps your blood pumps from the heart. So it also helps in the blood pressure. It also helps the kidney, the way your kidney secrete. Yellow is one of my major, like soursop. This is blue vervain. This is for nerves. Sayote keturoi when unajua tunasemanga my shoulder has fallen. And I'm telling you, these things work. They work. When your shoulder has fallen, when you are feeling your thigh is painful, it is for nerves. When you have the headache, we mix now with other reflex and soursop. The headache goes away.
It's blue vervain. Blue, the blue color. Then vervain. V-E-R-V-A-I-N.
This is called petacid. Petacid is a combination of 10 herbs which works on the stomach. So if you have acid, the card, digestion, this is the best products. This is called mistletoe. Mistletoe, it is the plant which grows on trees. Tunaitanga kea, the sad with the kea, the parasite. It grows mostly on avocado trees. You shouldn't harvest from other plants because other plants, you don't know if they are poisonous. So this is called mistletoe. Mistletoe, when people used to get married, okay, there's a saying which say you should go and dance under the mistletoe so that you are blessed. It is very good in fertility, in the uterus, in the ovaries, anything. And then for men, it is good from here down here.
Spelling of mistletoe. Mistletoe. M-I-S-T-L-E-T-O-E.
This is called cardizole. Cardizole is for urethra infection. All those infections from here. When you're urinating and you're feeling pain, most of the infection that comes from the kidney. This one helps because when your urine is not cleansed, and it should be cleansed like chanca piedra you have. Yeah. Now, this is what cleans your kidney. People with the dialysis, we give them this. So if we clean your kidney, if your kidney is not cleansed, you take this, because if your kidney is not cleansed, you burn when you're urinating. So we give you the cardizole. Cardizole is a mixture of now this one and most other herbs.
Spelling of cardizole. C-A-N-D-I-Z-O-L-E.
We have our curry powder. Our curry powder has most of those herbs because we don't want to give when we have not enriched. So we've put some moringa, soursop, chanca piedra. This is our turmeric. Turmeric is bizarre. Munajua bizarre, eh? The yellow tuber, not the ginger. Let me tell you, if you bought turmeric, and you make a practice of taking a teaspoon in the morning, I bet you'll never see a doctor. Turmeric. Turmeric is anti-inflammatory. It is anti-cancer. It cleans our blood. I know people don't like it because of color, but this is one of the superfood in the world. A Muindi will not wake up and not use turmeric. This is Zikram. This is for young people. This one is for when girls start having their periods, we normally give them to cleanse the uterus, the what. They don't get painful periods. And then to enhance the fertility and to be cleaning, you understand? You know, this is food. This is the food. So you can take every day. This is diabetes. This is for sugar. This one has now all the plants which collect cholesterol. This is Slim Possible. This one, you don't lose weight. You just cut. You just cut down the fats, and you don't diarrhea with our products. Now bring it. This is called camphor oil. Camphor oil. Bring my phone. This is called camphor oil. Camphor is mavake. You know the vegetables we call mavake. This oil is a camphor oil. I want to show you a lady I gave how she turned. This oil, just wait. I think you can pass the phone. I hope you've sanitized. These are the veins. Unajua zile veins. This is before, this is after. Mavake, I'm so sorry to declare, it should not be eaten. And we've never been told. Mavake is poisonous. Yes. I try to tell people, keep on tapping. I try to tell people, mavake should only be used externally, not internally. Mavake, the camphor we are talking about, it is even banned in other countries. That is before. Those are the varicose veins. So if you have a scar, like the doctor now, I'll give her the camphor oil, and that thing will finish. Now, just imagine if mavake can do that. Do you think it is safe for us to take? Do you think it is safe for us to take? Now, as I grow and I stay in Kenya, I want to preach the gospel of mavake not to be taken internally, because it is poisonous. It will not kill you at that time, but kidogo miaka 20, it will bring you health problems. And actually, in most countries, mavake is banned. You know the plant I'm talking about? Yes. Who has a question?
Or the spelling of conflict.
C-O.
COMFREY. And then oil, comfrey oil. OIL.
And when I'm doing my herbs, okay, I think I'm not a herbalist. I like putting the plant on the tin. You have understood, you've seen. Very few people do that because they don't want you to know what you've used. Me, I want people to understand what am I taking. Now, the way you are writing, you go to the internet. You know that plant. We need to spread the gospel. I told you, the work I do, it's a service to God. So I don't want to give you a concoction and I don't tell you why. Did God hide when he created the world? No. Now, this one, it is what we are giving people. This is menthol. You have another menthol? No. This is, you have an, oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
this,
I have.
This is menthol. Now, in our COVID protocol, we normally tell people, when you come from town, put that in hot water, breathe in. Because we are told, when COVID is in the nose, if you blow it out, it doesn't go to your mouth. So that is the first protocol we have for our herbs. Then you should put peppermint. This is peppermint. I think we can open. Okay, let's not open. This is peppermint. You drop, essential oil. This is now eucalyptus. These are all antibiotics. So if you put together with that and you burn your nose, COVID will clear. And then you blow it. So every day do it. Even the way it enters in the chest. For heaven's sake, you feel it. Now, this is chia seed. Chia seed has a lot of vitamin D. So you also put it in your mouth. This is castor oil. This is for the hair. Now, give me the then the protocol for, yeah. So we are able to take care. Actually, I think people who have been positive, we have actually treated like 200 people. I was a COVID victim. My husband was a COVID victim. My brother-in-law got a COVID. And we've all gotten well. We don't go to the hospital. You just relax. And when you get COVID, please, fear is the one which kills. Tafadhalini. Now, this is our, so now we give this as the next protocol. So this is Adreflex. I told you this one cleanses the body. Now, this one works on your muscle, where you can get the blood clot. This is Cofden. This one has all the cough plants. This is the yellow. This one makes your blood flow well, so you cannot get the blood clot. This is the sour soup. We said this is the highest antibiotic we have. Now, this is skin care. This is skin care when you have rashes, when you have problem of the skin, when you have pimples. We have put so many plants here. We have the sour soup. We have the guava leaves. Guava leaves is very good. Actually, guava leaves, if you women, you kept on washing your face with guava leaves, you know the color of your youth, it comes back. It retains your color. I think that's all. What else do we have? Oh, we have Moringa. This is an immunity booster. Hakuna mtu hajui Moringa. This is Ester Balance. This is for balancing your estrogen. When you reach your 40, you take this with Adreflex and sour soup, you are set to go. You never have the sweat. This is the wheatgrass. It's also good for the hormones. This is a black seed. This is called Musculex. You know, I come from Uganda. You know Uganda. We preach the gospel the way it is supposed to be preached. When we reach our 40, not even our 40, sometimes even, because of our lifestyle, things change. Even young people these days, they are seeking assistance. This is about, okay, Shiko is the one who knows how to talk about it, but I think I can talk. Okay, it gives you that extra mile. You know these extra miles. I don't know if these extra miles are important in Kenya, but extra miles are very important in Uganda. These extra miles, when you take all these herbs, they have given you energy, they have given you, you are not tired. Actually, if you take these products, I am a testimony. Because I think I started taking when I was, is it 30? I never experienced my menopause. And I am past and I've gone. They gave me extra miles. You can see me, you can see me. I don't experience it. My hair do not thin. This is my hair. It grows. Anything, my skin, the cells are renewed because I'm taking bits and bits of these things. So this one, we've put ginger. We said ginger is to pump blood. We said goticora is to renew the cells. We said the chanca piedra, it is to work on the kidney, to cleanse your kidney. So we've put all those herbs together. We said the yellow, it is to help thin your blood. So when you take this 30 minutes before you go to sleep, but 30 minutes you go to sleep, when you are not sleeping alone, it gives you that extra miles. Si mumeelewa? Yes. Yes? It's called Musculex. It's an amazing. And as you take it, it cleans your uterus. And for the men, it cleans your sperm duct, your kidney, your prostate. So we've put herbs which are very good here. Very super herbs. This is for toothache. So if you keep brushing it with it, it has a rosemary, it has a peppermint, it gives you the fresh breath. You never rot your teeth. This is activated charcoal in case you have taken food poisoning, anything in the stomach. This one, when you take it, extracts, it cleans your intestines. It is just charcoal. But now it is not charcoal, it is cooked differently, not burnt in the forest. This is henna, tunapanda henna. We have our henna for the hair. This is our immunity booster porridge. This porridge, we've put all the herbs. We have rice, which we've put the herbs, moringa, kila kitu. It's a very good porridge. So there are some people who are unable to take this, so they can take the herbs. We also have unga ya ugali, but we didn't curry. So you are able to take all those herbs in the porridge. Okay. Okay. So this porridge now, it has all the not all the herbs. Of course, for the babies, we've put the silent herbs, like rosemary. Those ones which they are not strong. So for the babies, we've put for the babies. For the men, we've put the herbs for the men, the prunus, the stinging nettle. There's another one called ashwagandha. All that now takes care of the sexuality of the man. And then for the elderly ladies, no, not for the elderly ladies, for the golden ladies, we've put the stinging nettles, the estro balance, so that we are able to take through a food. This is thyme. Thyme is good for the cough. It is good for the teeth. It is good for the stomach. It is good for digestion. It is good. It's an immunity booster. Thyme, it's just like rosemary. I think you all know what is thyme, eh? This is clove. Clove is it's an antibiotic. It works on the blood. It is a painkiller. It is also very good for sexuality, infertility. This is quinoa. We have quinoa. We have chia seed. We have black seed. We have so many seeds in our office. This is sugar. Those people who are not able to take the sugar, duka. this is condensed. This is sugarcane juice, and then we condensed. But now ours, we've put the herbs. So even the person with blood sugar and blood pressure can take our sugar. People who are not able to take sugar. So this is actually the sugarcane which is condensed. Sugarcane juice which is condensed. This is cumin. Cumin is very good for rice. It is the one which smells. This is very good for the libido. It is for ladies. This is coriander. It's also very good for menopause. This is cardamom. Cardamom it's a very good herb. I've put it in the musculates. This is our mchuzi mix. It's a mixture of so many herbs. The moringa is there, the sour soup is there, and then the turmeric, the ginger. We've done ours naturally. This is cinnamon. Everybody knows cinnamon. This one thins the blood. It takes away the cough. It is good for the heart. It is good for the liver. This is our pilau masala. It's a mixture of so many herbs. I think okay. Yeah, we have so many others. We were unable to carry. We have a range of 100 products, as we normally talk with the plant, so that people understand, so people get to go read about it. So now, when you take what you've written and then you read, you tell us, what do I want? Because you will have understood. And then at the end of the day, we want to teach people about plants. Now, when you're taking these plants, you cannot just pluck the plant and just enjoy the plant. You must be happy using the plant. You must enjoy using the plant. That is the most important thing. We normally tell people, you cannot just use a plant because they are plant. You should enjoy using the plant, and God is happy with us when we are using the plant. And then the Lord says, your body is my temple. He didn't mean we put chemical in our body. I know sometimes we don't have a choice, but we need to always be looking for things without chemical. If I tell you that since I was married, that is over 35 years ago, I've only taken headaches. Even when I was young, I think I was a natural person. I've loved being natural. I don't know. It is just God who approached me, I don't know, and taught me how to live healthy. The only medicine I take is headaches. And I can take maybe one in a year. When maybe sometime you take your headache is really high. So you can practice these things, and you can actually live on plants. So what I would ask you to do, keep on studying plants. As the doctor said, let us attach ourselves into natural things. Then when you wake up in the morning, you take these plants, and then you take your food. Concentrate on plants. Tafadhalini, concentrate on plants. So many people, we've seen them getting COVID. But when we go to them, when you go to the husband and the wife, of course the husband gets and the wife gets. And then when you analyze the two, you see the one who does not concentrate on natural product. That is a person who goes for admission, lacks the oxygen. But actually, it is self-explanatory. You even pity the other person, because you will definitely not tell them. Now you meet somebody has been taking the chicken, the sausage. Somebody has COVID. You starting these things. I bet it will not work. You must invest in your immunity. Concentrate on your immunity. Tuko pamoja? That is the best thing. Me, I'm a testimony of investing in plant. I've been eating plant as long as I remember. And I fear hospital so much. So much. Like I was born in a family of 8 people. I lost 6 siblings, so I don't enter hospital. I can't. In fact, I told my husband, please, even if I'm unconscious, try to pour these things on me because, I'm traumatized. You understand? Yes. I'm not saying it is the hospital which killed them, but there is that you could see because you didn't have power. Maybe if you gave something, it would work. You understand? Yes. Now I think we can go to questions.
I think I can begin by asking one question from our online viewer. One of our online viewers was following, but it wasn't quite projecting well, and so she is asking if, is it Mavake, is good for surgical keloids.
Yes.
Is it good for
Yes,
surgical
it
keloids?
is. Extremely, it is.
It is.
Yes.
So she can go ahead and use
Yes.
that. All right.
But how does she prepare it? Okay, what I'm
I
saying.
don't know because.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have a cut, what you need to do, you boil it in water because you want to kill the germs. Then you pour it on your wound.
But you have said it's an oil you have already. Didn't I see an oil?
No, I'm saying if you have the plant, that's what I'm telling them. If you have the plant and you've cut yourself, so you boil that to kill the, yes. So as we make the oil is better because it works faster.
The question is it Mavake?
Yes, the camphor.
Is Mavake good for surgical keloids?
Yes.
Thinking surgical keloids, those are the things that, the scars after the, something like big scars like that. Yes. So that's what they're asking. Is it good for surgical where they have undergone an operation and
Yes,
then
they
there's
are.
those protruding out scars? Yes.
Yes, they are. Any other question? Yes, ask. Okay, how we do it? We normally put in hot boiled water, let it rest for 3 minutes, and then you take. It is very good when it is hot. It works faster. That is actually the survey I've done. When it is cold, it may not work because I think it pumps the blood. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, it is when it is in hot boiled water. We normally put 1 teaspoon in 2 cups of boiled water so that you take enough water. Yes, but we want to do tea bags so that we take to the market. Our porridge is already KEBS certified, so we are going slowly, and then we do the tea bags. Yes.
Maybe can I just also repeat the question you have asked? We have online viewers who are following. Okay, the best way of taking the herbs, all the herbs that have been given. All right.
So can I answer? Okay, you boil water. When it is boiled, you put 1 teaspoon in 2 cups of boiled water. Let it rest for 3 minutes, and then you start taking. It is better consumed when it is hot. It works better. Yes.
Any other question?
Adreflex. It has all the herbs. Adreflex.
So the question is, what is the best herb out of all that have been displayed here this
The combination, I always tell people, it is the Adreflex. Adreflex is a must because it has all the herbs. We have a shop in Gong. That's where our shop is. Opposite Delta Petrol Station. Opposite Delta Petrol Station.
So the best is also to give your
Yeah,
contact
my
so
contact
that people
is
can be able to call you.
0701 11 4047. 0701 11 4047. Yes. Spells of Eden. It is spells of Eden. S-P-I-L-L-S, spells of Eden. Like kumwagika. Ilimwagika tukachukua. Yes. Spells of Eden. Yeah, we are a limited company. We are focusing to do big business and reach everybody. Yes. Yeah, we are not limiting. Even some universities want to work with us, and we are very open so that we reach everybody. Yes, there are some products at the table. You know, I was told yesterday, I didn't even carry my business cards. Yeah, lakini next time. Any other question? But it is very, very important to start on plants. Plants, you understand? Let it be anything, but please let us concentrate on plant food. Yes, let us keep off from processed food. Let us concentrate on plants. And let every man, there is a time I'll preach this, God, let every man take Prunus africana. And then we kick off prostate cancer. It will go away, and it will definitely go away. Prunus africana and stinging nettle. Yes. Prunus. P-R-U-N-U-S. Yes. Africana. And then the ladies should take the Goticola to renew your mind, to renew your stress. And I'm telling you, the Goticola make you age very nicely, very relaxed. I think that's okay.
For the memory,
Mm-hmm.
the exploration of the brain and
Yes.
of the cells.
Yes.
Also, do you have any?
We have the Memory Plus, Goticola. So we normally administer, Adreflex is compulsory. That one, we cannot give you the Goticola to just take care of your memory. So we treat the whole body with Adreflex. We give you the Goticola. We give you the sour soap and the Memory Plus. There's a lady actually we gave who had memory lapse kabisa. She could not even go to the toilet. She had stayed in Kenyatta for 3 years. And today the daughters are very happy. She can take herself to the toilet. Now she started coordinating. Natural food works better because they are not harming you.
So you give
Yes. I gave Adreflex, sour soap, Memory Plus, and Goticola. And of course I added the blue vervain for nerves because she was sick. Yeah. The plants work, they work. So I would request you to go to the Google now, the internet, your internet, everybody is connected. You learn about plants. So you can also tell and then you can take photos, you learn about what plant was I talking about, so that we spread this gospel.
Bwana asifiwe tena. Yes. Thank you, Stella. I remember some time ago, we had a friend who was on a wheelchair, like for 20, 30 years. Nice to see you. Oh, yeah. He was on a wheelchair for about 30 years. And he had gone to every hospital that you could imagine. And he had become destitute. Then one day, he went to Uganda. And 3 weeks later, I saw him in town walking. 3 weeks later, I saw him in town walking with a walking stick. I couldn't recognize him.
Yeah, it is happening actually to people.
Yeah, I could not recognize him.
Wow.
And he is the one who called me and said, Elder, and I said,
You almost read
I almost ran away actually. Until he told me his name. I'm not going to mention his name because he is also Ugandan, so you would know him. So I asked him his story. And believe me, a month later, he was not using
a stick.
a stick.
It's happening, yes.
And he became a convertee into natural foods. So these things work. If you have a need, and we all have needs, especially for those we love most. Some of these things we have had. You can try to identify the specific need.
Yes.
And then go to her. This is not sales talk. This is life. Amen? It is important. Yeah? And then identify what you need. Arthiflex or whatever. And then try it. It is not just trying. It is actually what is prescribed in the Bible. Amen? Stop eating meat, please. Yeah, it is dangerous for our lives. I think the first convertee in this place is our elder, because he keeps telling us about these things. But you see, we need to, a prophet is never heard in their own homes. So we need another prophet, okay, to confirm what he is. He keeps telling us. It is important. Now, Mavaki, I just want to confirm that what she is saying is actually, it actually does work. I'm a recent convertee into that. I've not stopped Christianity. It's only my eating habits which are changing. And they are changing dramatically. Mavaki, if you have a broken bone,
It is called a bone meter.
did you hear that? Yeah? You have a broken bone. I'm telling you all you need to is wrap yourself in Mavaki.
Yes.
And you're home and dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
If actually one went to the hospital and he uses Mavaki,
Yes. As,
his will heal better and the healing will be
and it
healthier.
heals naturally.
Natural.
So the
I've
Lord.
done that to so many people and it doesn't
Oh, yeah.
even thin.
Oh, yeah.
That's a testimony.
Yes.
It's called a bone meter.
Yes. I'm not a prophet yet, but I believe what she is talking about is very, very significant. Yeah? And we are not growing old. Let us agree to learn and let us agree to put in practice. You don't have to remember everything. If our sister asks me, what did you teach? What did she teach? I'll tell her I can't remember. But I'll be practicing, okay? Because practicing is what is important. So thank you very much, Stella.
Thank you.
I didn't want to summarize what you said, but I think it is very, very important to know these things. So on behalf of these, my brothers and sisters, we appreciate. I know somewhere along the way we were saying, oh, this is too much information. Yes, let's get bombarded with information so that we can actually change. Amen? Yes. So even as the Lord leads you in this direction, my prayer for you is that people will take you at your word, because there is something special God has put in your heart, and it will help somebody. Yeah? Those who are having memory losses and so on and so forth, may the Lord change them. Yeah? By using what he has already provided. I have taken notes, and I'm going to plant a garden. There are some things I'm not going to accept in her, that I must take it this way, okay? I can also have my own herbal garden to supplement what she is doing. So don't rush around just buying. If you have a garden, also add by planting these things. And I'll bring a picture. For me, I'll photo when I do it, and I'll make sure that you have a photo of my herbal garden. Amen? We are going to eat.
Let me add something.
Yes.
Our next level, you go with stages. Our next level, and I've told God, you tell God, this is what I want. I want every home. Now, you see, it's not all about business. There's that fulfillment. We plant these things. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everybody has a moringa, everybody has this, and I just become an ambassador of God. You understand?
Yeah.
And I know I'll be contented that way. So in schools, I want to take all this information so that we return our Africanism where it was. Yes. So plant, if you want to see it, I'll provide. I am not jealous. It is God who gave me this.
Yeah. I was just about to say we were going to eat something there. If you find something